It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and it's time to showcase a new brewery. Well, no, let me start that again. It's time to show a new brewery for me on the channel. I've never had anything from Lauterbacher. It's a brewery that's been going since 1889. It's 5.3% ABV, and it's described as a natural Weizen. I love a Weizen, one of my favourite beer styles, if not my favourite beer style in the world. Oh, I sounded like a certain motor journalist then, didn't I? Who's now a farmer, who now brews beer. Bayerish beer genus, a half-litre bottle. We have it's a dark brown bottle here. Don't be fooled by how cold the beer looks. It's just a condensation on the bottle. I've had this bottle out the fridge for about half an hour, so it's had time to warm up a little bit, get all of those kind of like wheats, all the wheat in the beer just slightly warmed up a little bit, so you're still benefiting from a cold beer, but you're not having it too cold as to lose all of the flavour in the beer. So there's the bottle cap. I want to have a look where they're from and everything else, but first of all, most important thing, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Lovely, lovely smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Look at that. Quite a carbonated Weiss beer, I will say. The first thing I've noticed about the beer is there's quite a lot of carbonation going on. There was, as I poured the beer, I could hear the kind of hiss and fizz of the beer. We got a 4-finger, slightly off white head. Good levels of carbonation, as I just mentioned, and it's probably, I don't want to call it brown and I don't want to call it light. It's in between kind of brown and white, brown and light, isn't it? So a slightly darker Weiss beer than what I'm usually used to. But it looks good, it looks really good. I don't think there's a general rule as to kind of how dark your Weiss beer can be, and unless it becomes kind of a Dunkel or something like that, like a Dunkel Weizen, which is again, they've used some roasted malt in there. This definitely hasn't got any roasted malt in there. The beer was kindly sent to us by our channel sponsor, beersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe have been a channel sponsor now of ours for the best part of 8 or 9 years. It's been a long time. They send us beer every month. In return, I say this. If you've ever been abroad, if you've ever worked away, if you've been on holiday and you found that wonderful beer that you just love and cherish and you want it all of the time, the best place to find that beer in the UK will be beersofeurope.co.uk. Check the link in the description box of the video. I'm going to get into this now because I'm salivating. I just kind of love a Weiss beer. So aroma then. I'd love to get that last 1.5 inches of beer into the glass, but the head is just limiting me a moment in doing that. Aroma. Yeah, it just, again, this type of beer just makes me want to go and pack a suitcase, pack some of my kind of belongings and make my way to Germany and never come back. That is a wonderful, wonderful aroma. A little bit of kind of ripe green banana. I call it kind of cloves and kind of corianders, like your spices that you might find in a curry. But I'm no cook. Don't listen to me about curries. Put your own stuff in your curry. You probably know better than me. Oh, but that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Level of sweetness in it is great. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beer. It's got a fantastic mouthfeel. Creamy, rich mouthfeel for a Weiss beer. It is full of kind of ripe, green, unripened, really, isn't it? A ripe banana's yellow. An unripened banana, a green banana, one of those kind of like really full of flavour bananas. Fantastic. Fantastic. Drinkability on the beer is great. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Creamy, rich, a little bit of bitterness on the back end with the fantastic hops that's in the beer. It is just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Let's get this, and I haven't even got the last inch and a half in yet, which, as a rule of thumb, this last inch and a half of beer is going to be full of sediment. Watch how this beer changes now. There you go. Can you see that fine sediment making its way to the bottom of the glass? It's a different beer now. The carbonation's kind of like knocked out of it a little bit more. It's looking a little bit more hazy. There's going to be a lot more flavour now. A lot more flavour with that last bit of sediment in the that's been added to the glass. You get a sense of it in the aroma as I was smelling the beer as it was going towards my mouth. The aroma was stronger. The beer is even slightly more smoother. It's got a more of a kind of creamy richness to it. Absolutely fantastic. This is one of my favourite Weiss beers of all time. I go through stages of keeping bottles, and then I have enough bottles that I go, I've had enough, and I chuck them in the recycling bin. But just a reminder as to how good this beer is, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to stick it over there on the plasterboard wall and keep that bottle. As a reminder just how good this beer is. That is fabulous. So Bayerisch, so Bayern area of Germany. Exactly where is Augsburg in Germany. I'd love to go there. Some of the great breweries of Germany comes from Augsburg. I just waiting for the channel just to kind of the channel kind of like goes through stages of in terms of growth. It kind of like it steps up once a year. Steps up. So the last couple of years, being able to go full time. Some months are pretty good. Some months are kind of, you you're getting your kind of yeah, your Richmond sausages out, that sort of thing. But I'm anticipating now the next kind of year, I'm able to do a little bit more kind of independent travelling. Now I've been to the Czech Republic with Budweiser, and I've been to Frankfurt, Bayern area of Germany with Meisel and friends. And I love it. I really appreciate those kind of things happening in my life. They're great to be able to visit these places, but there is one downside. And that one downside is that you're not really there. You're almost limited to kind of like Budweiser beer when I go to the Czech Republic, or you're limited to kind of filming Meisel and friends beer when you go to Germany. I'd love to go there as a just myself, pick my camera, go and just experience it for a week and just get as much blogging done as I can, and visit some of the old bars, and drink some of the incredible Weiss beers and Czech beers, and go to Belgium. I went to Belgium as well. That was with the Belgium family brewers thing, and that was, again, you're going around breweries that are part of almost like a camera club of if you like, the Belgium version of kind of like a family of brewers that are all kind of, they're all helping each other out type of thing. But in helping each other out, you kind of got to stick with the breweries that they're telling you to kind of blog about and talk about. I just want, I'm just desperate now. It's so desperate to kind of just go and experience these places, for not just me, because I'll love it, of course I will, but for you guys as well, just to get out there and blog and make some video. And you guys, I'm sure, will get as excited as I do when it comes to kind of drinking great European beer. But rating for this one, this is just fantastic beer. That's one of the nicest Weiss beers I've ever had on the channel. It's screaming green, unripened banana at me. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.